Good morning, everyone. Namaste. We are going to be reading out of my 3 Ways of Volunteers and New Earth by Dolores Cannon. And we're moving on to Chapter 2, A First Timer. As I have said, over the years, I have discovered many new and pure souls who are coming to Earth at the present time with a different agenda from those who have been trapped on the karmic wheel for countless lifetimes. So what she means by that is souls that get reincarnated, get trapped on Earth because they create karma that you have to pay back. Karma is not something that you cannot not pay back. It is something you have to pay back. It is the law of cause and effect, one of the universal laws. So whatever you're putting out into the universe is coming right back to you. Whether you're thinking it, saying it, or doing it, it doesn't really matter, the relevance. And the pure souls that she's talking about is the children that are probably being born right now and in the future, as well as up to the age of like 7 or 8 right now, maybe even 9, 10. Those are the pure souls. They don't have any karma. They're from higher vibrational planets that volunteer to come here to help, to assist and aid. So if one of them is your child, you would most likely view them as an old soul, someone who is very wise beyond your years, and they might even be schooling you on what you need to do differently in your life. I would highly recommend listening to them. They're very wise souls. It says, because they have no accumulated karma, they are free to pursue their real life mission. So the older souls that volunteer to come here, first, second, waves that volunteered to come here, they had karma that they generally had to pay back in order for them to get on their spiritual path to where they are living out their purpose. So they had to go through a dark night of the soul to pay back their karma, to rebalance them out. The main problem is the forgetting or the amnesia process that affects souls when they come to Earth. They have said that ours is the only planet in the universe that forgets their connection with God. So we are all particles of God. We are not separate from God. God is within, not without, outside of ourselves. That is why Jesus said the heaven is within. Jesus came here to show us how to live your life in a higher vibrational frequency, so that you can elevate yourself, so that you can become one with God and your higher self, your Christ consciousness, your I am. It says we have to stumble through life with blinders or on until we discover it again. The other civilizations remember that connection and their contracts and plans. They greatly admire us for taking on this challenge of forgetting and thinking that we are all alone and having to rediscover it on our own. So you are not all alone. You have a whole team. You have God. You have your whole team, angels, archangels, the Galactic Federation, the galactic beings out there, your spirit guides. Everyone is guiding you. All you have to do is stop and turn to them and go inward. Surrendering is your number one key aspect that you need to do, is surrender to any issues or problems that are occurring in your life. Surrender them to God, ask for your help, and just assume that that help is going to come through. I think it would be much easier if we could come in with full knowledge of our mission, our task, but the powers that be do not agree. They said it is best for us to have our memory erased and to allow us to rediscover ourselves as well as our mission. They said it would not be a test if we knew all the answers to it. So even those that come in the purest motive and intentions are bound with the same rules as the rest of us. So even they have to rediscover it. 444 on the timer. All that is left is a secret longing that is something else out there that they can't quite grasp. And that's what I encountered in 2020 before I woke up. I just knew what I was doing was not meant to be what I was supposed to be doing. I didn't really know what it was I was supposed to be doing. I just knew what I was doing was not it. And I really stressed about it for all of 2020, trying to figure that out. And then once I went to a really dark place, I had to completely surrender because I was in a dark place. And at that point, things started to shift and change in my life. Says they must forget why they come and where they have come from. And all that is left is a secret longing. There is something else they cannot quite grasp. That is the something missing that have to find themselves again and stumble through life just like the rest of us until the light and memory begins to seep in through the blinders. That is where the process of hypnosis helps us to bring the memories to the forefront. It is the time to remember to push aside the veil and rediscover the reason for coming to this troubled planet in this precise time in history. Says those that classify as the second wave seem to be observers rather than participants. They are here to facilitate and change without their conscious knowledge or participation. They are to be channels of energy. They are just to be. They don't have to do anything, and this sometimes can be very aggravating to some of my clients. On the list of questions that they bring from them to ask during the session, it is always the eternal question, what is my purpose? Why am I here? What am I supposed to be doing? Am I on the right path? Everyone who comes to see me wants to know the same thing. The only ones that don't have this question on their list say, oh, I don't need to ask that. I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. These individuals are rare. The majority are still searching, knowing there is something out there of their reach, their conscious mind. When I have those I have classified as the second wave, they are usually told by the SC that they don't need to do anything. They are accomplishing their own goal by being. After a session, a male client became upset, but I want to be doing something. They don't realize that they are doing their mission just by being here. So they're holding the light, and their vibration and their frequency is what is helping to the planet to ascend to a higher frequency. There are many cases of the first timers in my book. An entire section of the Convoluted Universe book 3 is devoted to those who unearth memories of coming directly from God's source. In this book, some portions of recent 2009 to 2010 sessions that illustrate just how complex this decision process was that brought them here to Earth. So I'm going to leave it at that. But if you feel that you might be a part of that wave, then more than likely you are. The first, second, or third waves. But just understand everyone on the planet has a mission to accomplish. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. Again, the universe doesn't make any mistakes. So if you're here for a reason. So don't give up on that. Start going inward in meditation with God, source, the universe, and you'll figure things out quicker and easier than you think. So I hope this helps. Love you all. Have a blessed day and namaste.